We're good. Some struggles. We had struggles, but we're good.
That's all right. Yes.
And it's a glitter day.
It's
is. Sparkle and fun. There used to be a clown here in Ankeny named Sparkle. When my kids were little.
That sounds scary.
I think it was Lollipop and Sparkle were the two clowns.
And I wore my sparkly...
oh, you are sparkling.
A little. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. Yes. Well,
my sparkly Halloween
we can
shirt.
See it.
It's Sparkle.
It's Sparkle. Did you make that, Teresa?
I made this one, yes. Oh. It's an obnoxious, cheap T-shirt I got. And
it's perfect. It's perfect for today, especially with your black sweater.
With a black sweater, yes. It tones it down a little.
So, chartreuse, I believe they might call that color.
Yes.
So happy Friday, everybody. Renee just said happy Friday. So Renee's here, and Ethel, and Oshra. And we've got Joan, and Marcy, and Janet's here, and Chris, and Diane, good morning. And hello, Anna. And Pat is here. And Natalie, and Darla. Oh, Darla said glitter, exclamation point.
Yes.
It is a glitter day, it's perfect because of Tim's new rock candy limited edition 10-year celebration bottle. And we just got another shipment in, so we've got a lot. It is cute. I think, wouldn't it be fun to tie a red and white striped ribbon around that?
Yes, I might have to do that.
Can you ring the bell? Let's ring the bell and have somebody just get that for us while we're looking.
I got my jar. This is limited edition, guys, so...
Would you be able to find us like a candy cane looking ribbon, Chris? Chris, you're the busiest person in the store right now. Chris is back catching up on shipping for us and online orders, and she's going to get that for us. So the Clear Rock candy, this is the normal container.
Yes, the regular jar.
And it's 10-year anniversary. So Tim and Ranger worked together, and they put together a limited edition 10-year anniversary bottle, which holds, isn't it 4?
Yeah,
regulars?
It's a bargain.
So
if you buy the big jar, definitely.
The regular jar is $7.99, and this big jar is $24.99, and it holds 4 of these. So if you do the math, it is. If you like glitter and you're doing maybe a lot of holiday projects, it's a really good deal, and it looks cool. It looks fun.
The regular jar is good too. I've had mine forever, and I'm getting down to the bottom.
Oh, we got to get you.
I'm going to buy a new jar today.
We got to get you a new one, Teresa.
I have the other one, but I'm not opening it. It's so cute. I can't do it.
And I don't know if you're talking about Diane's mix, or we mainly doing Clear Rock candy today.
I'm doing Clear Rock candy.
Oh, Chris got us some
Clear Rock candy.
A couple different ones that are.
This is fine.
Okay.
This will be fine. But I don't know. We'll have to have some scissors, Teresa, if we're going to tie this on. I think
here I've got some right here.
Teresa brought scissors, so we're going to take.
Have scissors.
Just for fun. Can we just cut a piece of that ribbon off to show everybody how I knocked over a display? So I'm going to try to fix that with one hand. And I don't know if you can kind of.
I was going to see if I could get it around the top because it's. I should have had Maggie do it.
Well, we're doing this on the fly, everybody. So we're going to put, I just think, a red and white ribbon, or even red, or any Christmas, or how about a sparkly ribbon?
Ooh.
Would be really cute.
All right.
We're putting Teresa on the spot, making her tie a bow.
I don't know. It might not be very pretty.
But I think you get the idea with the black and white label, and then you add that.
Ooh, a black and white ribbon might be pretty too.
I think there's a lot of options. Now if you do this at home, you're probably going to take a little more time.
I can't get it to go right.
Well, it's okay. I think we get the idea. And maybe even a narrower ribbon would work out well too.
I got to angle cut this. It's too big.
It's cute though. I like it.
I would work with this for a little bit.
Well, you're going to have to work with it. If you're going to do it, work with it. But it does add a little bit to it. Whoops.
Nope.
Is this a sign of our morning, Teresa? I hope not. Things falling down.
Yeah.
Diana said a black and white checked ribbon.
Yeah.
Maybe the one that's like in Merrymakers would be a good one.
Oh, yeah. It would be.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of wore out now.
I know. Just wait until the end of the video.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, Teresa, I'm sorry I've kind of butted in, but tell us what we got going on today.
The other thing that I'm going to talk about is the glitter duster. And I know you guys probably get tired of me talking about this, but it's a handy little thing. You put your glitter in. Tim says to fill it about half full, so I probably need a little bit more in mine. I think I showed this. He showed it
I
on
didn't
his
realize
video.
that.
And the arm folds out, and then
Then you like pump it.
do you see how the little things
Oh,
go out?
my gosh.
That's what pushes the glitter out, apparently.
Oh,
So
my
it's a
word.
funky
Whoever
little
invented
thing.
That.
Yeah, and I'm already gonna.
Well,
have,
and Teresa
I know
uses
we're
it
gonna
a
have
lot.
glitter. I do, because instead of just dumping glitter on and then you get a big clump of it, it spreads it nicely
does.
over whatever your adhesive is. And that's kind of my point today, is to talk about the different adhesives that you can use to adhere the glitter, because it's that time of year. Not that I don't use glitter all year, but Christmas is definitely the glitter
So
time.
this is perfect. Get us going for the
Yeah.
holidays.
So, well, I'll just start with a fall card that I made.
Oh, speaking of Christmas, now we're going to do,
Yes.
you can use glitter for fall
Yes,
too.
we surely can. And so this is the new Tim Holtz stamp that I just love, the sketchy leaves. This is probably my favorite leaf on there. That's $24.99. And I've used this to make some other cards. So on this one, I use the I use the Distress ink because it's wetter. And first I did the fossilized amber for the background, and then I used Rusty Hinge on that. And then what I did is, so you stamp your image with your ink, and then you pour on, it's called Frosted Crystal. And we're out of this right now. It's coming.
There was a supply issue.
Yeah.
And we've got it. It was like unavailable, and we've got it coming.
So it's just a powder.
So it's not glitter.
It's not glitter. It's just a powder. It's called Frosted Crystal, and you can use it on its own, just to add kind of a
That's why you brought that duster
shiny.
in.
Yeah, I have a duster, and I don't have a garbage.
So it's an embossing powder, and you heat it, and it melts. But
And it melts,
stays
right.
kind of crystally.
Yes, it's kind of shiny on its own. But so what you do is you stamp your image, and then you pour this on while your ink is still wet, and you use your heat gun, and you heat it so that it's shiny. And then you just pour your glitter on, and you let it sit for a minute, tap it off, and then heat it again. And this frosted crystal will then adhere the glitter right to your
I didn't
stamp.
realize that.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So can you see the glitter on
Yeah,
there?
we can see it really good.
Isn't it pretty? And so, and you might get a little, you want to take a brush, a paintbrush, and just brush away, because sometimes the glitter will just stick right to your card, and then when you heat it, it sticks. And you can see I have a little extra glitter on there.
So
But
Teresa, just so I understand, you
Yeah.
do the frosted crystal, and why it's warm, are you putting the glitter
yes,
on? Okay.
while it's warm. So you want to have your
So it sticks.
your stuff ready.
You gotta be ready to
Stamp
go,
it,
folks.
pour this on, tap it off, heat until it's shiny. Normally you don't want to heat it until it's shiny, because then the crystal goes away, but we're using it as an adhesive to hold the glitter on.
So could you do that with another embossing powder, like just regular clear?
No.
No? It's got to be the frosted crystal?
I think it's got to be the frosted crystal. Ranger used to make a product. It was like sticky.
Sticky, yeah.
And they can't make it for whatever weird reason. I don't understand. Again, they probably can't get some piece,
Some
some
chemical.
product or chemical for it. So Tim had this on his video, that this is what, I don't think it was him, it was somebody else that used it.
Figured it out.
Figured it out to use this. And I had this in my stash already. I think it came out last year.
Yeah,
And
I think
so-
a lot of people have it. So if you have
Yeah,
it
if you
and you
have
have the
it,
glitter, give it a try.
it
I'm going to
works.
pull it up close, Teresa, so
Yeah.
they can see all the sparkles. And that was fossilized amber and rusty hinge. And that stamp set was called Sketchy Leaves,
Sketchy leaves, yep.
which is a good one for right now. You could even stamp those and cut them out.
Yeah, I really like that card. I know I made some other cards with that big leaf, and I'm like, oh, why didn't I glitter those
Well,
too?
it does your whole card front for you.
It does, yes. That's probably why I like the big leaf, is
And
because,
I think a scrapbook layout.
Oh,
is a
yeah.
good size for that too.
yeah. And I'm going to stamp on some bags next week and
Oh, I
use
know.
that
I
stuff.
can't wait.
And
Can't
they're
wait.
so cute.
We gave
Okay.
a little peek the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Oh my
here
gosh.
I made another snarky card. I do this thing called What I Want. That's me. And this little girl, okay, you guys remember that I told you that a customer gave us some extra paper dolls that she didn't want? And then I did go ahead and buy, that's not it, here it is, the set, the Christmas set. You don't know how long I've said I'm not buying those dolls, and guess what? I did. But this one is a nice mixture. It's called Layers and Paper Dolls, and it's $12.99. And you get a bunch of paper dolls and some other fun embellishments, even some big cards.
Looks like a
some
candy
numbers.
cane and number 25.
Yeah.
So it's not all paper dolls.
No,
which
and
is
I really
nice.
like that because I was not going to buy a whole bag of paper dolls.
But you find yourself using them.
Now that I've got the snarky, I don't know where the snarky things are. I lost them, the snarky stickers. They're around here somewhere.
There's a book called Snarky. It's
Small Talk.
Small Talk.
Small Talk snarky stickers. I had one here. But anyhow, that's where that came from. And the paper is, again,
it's out of there?
It's out of the Christmas 23, the backdrops. And that's $9.99. And I just, there's some really good plaids in there. And so, anyhow.
So the Christmas backdrops.
Backdrops.
How many do you get in there, Teresa? Does it say? Looks like a lot.
24 double-sided. That's the nice thing because it's double-sided. And there are some sides that I'm like, I don't really care for that. But then the other side I always like. So.
And Chris went and got us the Small Talk Snarky.
And, you know, I was inspired by Maggie when she did her snarky cards, and she put real pictures on there, and she put the photo corners. So I put photo corners on this one, and then I sewed around the edge.
Well, it also is kind of old-fashioned.
Yeah.
So
I think it goes along with the look. Yeah. So then again on this one, I know I've showed you guys this before. I used my Versamark marker, and I did the heat embossing with the glaze because you can see through the glaze.
The hat?
Yeah.
So I'll turn it so you can see the hat's got some shine to it.
And that was peeled paint that I used on that, which is my green go-to.
Everybody loves
and
peeled
it matches
paint.
Perfectly because the paper is
I want to
Tim's
touch that because it reminds me of like a coat or suit or something from the past.
And so on this, I used the pen, and you have to kind of go kind of fast to draw it and then pour your glitter on to get it. No, maybe that's not what I did. What did I do there? I think I did that.
So you could use the embossing pen to hold your glitter on, Teresa?
I'm pretty sure that's what I did because that's what I did because
nice.
I remember tracing that. Yeah.
So Teresa, there's a question. When you sew on your cards, and you did stitch around that, on the inside, does it show on the inside?
This one it didn't because I stuck it down with the photo corners. But most of the time I just sew right through.
And you just leave it. You don't worry about it?
Yeah, I don't worry about it.
No. That one she sewed before she attached it.
Because I wanted to put the photo corners and I didn't want to sew over the photo corners.
Yeah, that would have been difficult.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun.
Very fun.
Yeah. All right. So then this one.
Oh, wow. Whole different look.
Yes. There's Nobody Like You, and that's that winter set from Photo Play. It's called Inside Out Winter Greetings, $15.99. And I told you guys I was going to use this one a lot because there's just some sentiments on there that I haven't seen before. Photo Play just, I don't know how they keep thinking up different words.
Know where they come up with stuff.
Yeah.
Like winter is warmer with you.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
I know.
Or warm wishes on your birthday, and you could do a winter card for somebody's birthday.
For your birthday, yep. So, and that's $15.99. I don't know if I said that. On this one, I used the new stencil, and I've been meaning to. I told you guys I was going to use it. I bought it, and I hadn't used it yet. And so this one is called. What is this one called? Element Stencils, Festive Art. The names are getting long.
I think they have different element stencils. And this one's Festive Art, so it's got all of these shapes. And you get 12 stencils, right, Teresa,
Yes.
for $15.99?
There's actually three different trees. I had quite the dilemma on which tree to use. There's this rectangular one, and then there's this regular one, and then
like a stick.
the stick tree. Yeah, and there's some other fun shapes in there. You can do lots of things with these stencils.
So here's the stencils, the element stencils, and what was it? Festive art. And
there's lots of things you can do with them.
And there's been a lot of neat things made online on Instagram and things with Tim's Makers that use these. So they're like just $1.25 a piece or something.
So on this one, what I did is I stenciled my stuff, and then I went back, and like the snowflakes are they're the tree decorations.
Okay.
And so I put the tree. How about I take it off of this ring?
Yeah,
it's
that
kind
would
of getting
help.
in my way. And so there. What I did there is I put my stencil down, and I used translucent texture paste. You could probably use any kind of texture paste, but translucent is going to dry clear, and so that's what I wanted. And then I colored some glitter with alcohol ink. So on this one I used Pool because I wanted a blue, and it kind of matches what color did I use? Peacock. Peacock?
So this is called Pool.
Yeah. So what I did is I used my, now all I can think of is spatula because Katie out in my head is spatula.
Your palette knife.
My palette knife, and I put my texture paste on, and then I just poured the glitter that I colored, and then voila, you have sparkly things. So it'll stick to texture, the glitter will stick to texture paste or any, paste that you're going to use.
Well, Teresa, I like that you're showing us all these different ways to attach. I'm going to just say attach your glitter.
Yeah. There's lots. You probably have some of them. Maybe you don't have the frosted crystal when that comes back in. If you want it, give us a call and we can put you on the list.
We can reserve it
for when that comes in. The other thing I know, I talked about using the embossing pen, but you can use the embossing dauber if you have that. I know a lot of you have that. And you can use collage medium also, which is just an adhesive. It just depends on the look that you want. So I'm going to show you a couple other things that I made. I made this little jar.
Oh,
I didn't make
cute.
the jar. Kelly actually gave us those little jars for they had jelly in them.
We had our jelly, berry,
the strawberry week, and it was strawberry jelly, and it was so good. And I saved the jar because I'm like, that is just too stinking cute. And so I used alcohol ink. On the inside of the jar.
You put alcohol ink? Okay.
Well, I did it on the outside, but I just was showing you on the inside. And
things are falling around here.
And I also used the alcohol ink to color my glitter because I wanted it to be super orange. You could just put regular glitter on there, but you're going to have to get the alcohol ink anyhow, so you might as well color your glitter.
Have coordinating glitter.
Have orange glitter for your pumpkin.
And this would be really pretty for Christmas. And you could put little votives in here and get maybe, is it called red pepper? There's a red alcohol ink called red pepper.
I think there's a cranberry maybe. There's a lot of colors of alcohol ink. I used Sunset Orange. I don't know if we have these colors. I forgot to check this morning. But lots of colors of alcohol ink that you can use. My bow is kind of going sideways. See, I'm not very good with the bow.
You might need a little glue.
Needs an adjustment. I was going to do it red to make it a strawberry at that time, and then I got busy and I didn't. And then it was still on my table, and I'm like, I got to make that a little pumpkin.
Yeah, that's cute. Look how cute that is with her card. I don't know if anybody heard that or not. We just had a falling down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that tree. Look at that. That's so
a cute little tree.
All right, I got to quit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really fun.
Doug has his trees. Apparently this is
I think 1/6.
6. This is 6.5, but it looks bigger than that.
And
I don't know.
That's the 5.
I didn't see any of these. This is the 6.5, maybe a 5.
I think it might be a 5.
Yeah, we've got lots of sizes of Doug's trees, and we had these last year, and they're so easy and fun. They're kind of like the houses that I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, we just ordered more houses today, Teresa.
Oh, did we?
Yes.
Yay! I love the houses. So
that is really cute.
Yeah. And Kelly was commenting on the paint
Yeah,
color.
I wondered why she had Lost Shadow
Yeah.
Distress paint out, and that is the color that she used.
Yeah, so you can use any color, but I love the Lost Shadow color in the inks and the stains.
It's a really nice neutral. And you know, Teresa, there's probably a new color coming soon.
Ooh.
There's only 2 months left in the year.
I can't wait. It's going to be a neutral. I shouldn't say that because we'll probably have a contest.
He has said that.
He has said that, yeah. It's not a secret.
It does look really good. And is this is this backdrop paper then?
That is backdrop paper again. That was like the smallest. A lot of the prints are bigger. He makes the paper more for mixed media stuff, not so much cards, but I found it very usable for cards as well. But I wanted a small print, and I really like the. Are these poinsettias? Yeah, I really like the poinsettia on that one.
See.
I couldn't remember.
All right, I want to get up close on this because it is really, really cute. I'm going to lay it down so that we can see it a little better. There will be more trees. A lot of his trees are sold out. If there's a special size you want, you can give us a call and we can reserve one and get them back in.
Look at this little bitty one. I almost took this one because it's so stinking cute, but I knew his prints were bigger, so I had to go a little bigger, but I would have loved to glitter one of those. And then he's had these words for years.
The chipboard, chip.
What do they call them?
They used to call them something. Chip.
Yeah. He used to just sell packages of those, and I have them with red and white. And so I looked in the package of the baseboards and transparencies, and this is another nice set.
He's combined a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you get all of these. There's probably isn't a Dear Santa, but there's lots of other words that you get in different sizes on there.
Oh my gosh, these would be good on those wood houses.
Oh yeah. And it's $10.99. You get the transparencies like you got in the Halloween one. I love it when he does this because it's just like you can make a whole.
You can get one package.
Project is right in there.
They used to package everything separately,
and you have to buy this and this and this.
And this is really more economical.
Yeah.
And Diane was in on a phone call with Tim and with one of our vendors, and he's trying to be more attentive to our budgets and making things more practical for us. So thank you, Tim.
Yeah. So I did use my crocodile, and I punched a hole and set an eyelet in there because we have done that years before.
And just something different.
It's so cute, and I put that's some velvet trim that we sell by the foot. It's super skinny. I couldn't get the big fat kind. Tim's
velvet trim was a little too wide. But we did just get a load of it in, and it is discontinued.
Yes.
So if you like Tim's velvet trim, which kind of rhymes, then be sure and order it or call us because once it's gone, it's gone. Now, and a lot of Teresa, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
A lot of the things like this are also sold out at Advantis. So if you want something and you really like it, just don't wait too long.
Yeah, because it's just a holiday release and then you can't get it later.
Yeah, and I don't think they made enough.
Now, you know what? This one, I wrote 2 things down on my notes. I know. I don't know if I used the frosted crystal or the embossing dauber because I wrote both things down. But I definitely used...
We have all the frosted crystal. It's here.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. It's here.
Okay, then I use the frosted crystal. I have no idea.
So here's the frosted crystal that Teresa's been talking about.
Diane.
It's like an embossing powder.
It was not in it.
Oh.
It's translucent, and we have it. Surprise, surprise, Diane to the rescue.
Yeah.
It's $8.99.
Okay. It's something fun if you like to try different powders.
Alicia uses that on her die cuts to kind of tone them down. Her Tim Holtz ephemera to tone them down a little bit. Get the gloss off of them.
So I don't know. I probably did use frosted crystal. I don't know why I put embossing
So
dauber
you
on there.
could, or you could use the embossing dauber, or
Yeah. And then I definitely did the glitter duster to dust after I put the adhesive on there, because if you just poured glitter, it's just going to be a solid block of glitter, and I prefer the lightly scattered. I think it's really pretty. I really like my tree.
I like your tree too. That might be my favorite thing so far.
All right, and then the last thing I'll just show you is Maggie did the pumpkins, and she used, I forgot to check and see if we had these. I think we do. The 49 and Market spice rub-ons. She made a pumpkin last week, and I think we were getting more of these in, and I had so much fun putting the rub-ons on top of this white little pumpkin. It's a little bit tricky. You have to rub for quite a while, and you have to use your fingers, and yeah.
I think Katie Petite kind of started the pumpkin
she did.
trend and inspired a lot of people, including Maggie and Teresa.
Yeah. And so I did a pink, some pink rub-ons in there. There's some pretty fall colors, but they stuck some pink in there, which I really like. And it turned out super cute. I mean, I just cut it out and just stuck it. There wasn't really a method to my madness. And then I know on this one, I used Resist Spray. This is a spray that you can use like with stencils, an embossing powder, different things, especially with stencils to get ink to not go someplace, but you can also use it kind of as an adhesive. And we are out of this. I know we're out of this because
it's on its way.
Yes,
we've got
it on order.
Tim showed it in his video,
and so
3 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, and we should just have it on hand. But you can. It dries clear. And maybe when we get some in, we'll have to show how it's intended to be used for. But then we just used it as an adhesive, and I just sprayed some, and then I just glitter dusted, and it
stays pretty well.
It stays pretty well. And
if you had a spray adhesive, you could use that also.
Yeah.
That's really cute, Teresa. So if you're inspired, is that a real pumpkin or is
that's a real pumpkin?
Okay, so it's a real one.
I went and got some white. Yeah, I washed it first and dried it off really well, and then they're just kind of waxy, and so it's not the best surface, and all the bumps.
I wonder if the fake ones work better.
I don't know.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, but it turned out really cute. It was fun. You got to try different things sometimes.
Okay, we have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Lori Nilsson was asking about how to get the gloss off of Tim's ephemera. And did you have a package of his ephemera here?
This one?
Well, that one works. That works. So some of his, all of his ephemera has kind of a gloss on it.
Yeah.
So what we learned from Alicia, grab one of these flowers. I think these show it really well.
You want to show the frosted crystal?
Sure, yeah.
You can do
that. So you can see it's kind of a glossy paper. I mean, it's not like photo paper. It's still like a cardstock. And I think sometimes in a printing process, it leaves kind of that little gloss. So what Alicia was doing is she was covering them with frosted crystal. Now you can sand them and ink. The ink won't stick unless you sand them. So you can do that. And she was putting frosted crystal on them, and then it just kind of tones them down, and it makes them look kind of cool.
Okay, I'm just going to use the embossing dauber, I guess.
Well, that's
so
good.
With the dauber, you just kind of
get it going. You probably don't have anything to dump your stuff on.
That's what I forgot. There's always one thing that I forget. All right, so you're just going to cover it.
I feel like it's Monday, Teresa. Do you feel kind of like
that? Yeah. So I'm just going to cover that with something, and then I've got my frosted crystal. Sorry, Kelly.
It's okay. I was able to catch it. So, like we mentioned, frosted crystal is an embossing powder. It is not really a new product. Ranger had Frosted Crystal as one of their regular embossing powders, and then I think Tim just had a real like for it and came out with the Distress Frosted Crystal. It's the same product. It's just a bigger jar, and it's got Tim's name on it.
That would be great too.
Teresa, while you're doing that, Sandy wants to glitter a Santa beard from one of Tim's dies, and she's wondering what you think would work best for that. If you want, I guess if you want fine glitter, I think this would work pretty well, don't you?
Yeah.
That's tiny. That's gonna be tricky to hold,
know.
but she's got her
I've got
handle
my handle
it,
it,
which is so
okay,
funny.
and I also learned.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Oh my God! I told Katie I glittered something, and I poured glitter on, and then I was.
And so you had glitter on your table, and you started heating it up.
I was blowing glitter all, and I kept
at your house.
And then I poured more on and kept doing it. Yes, and I'm like, why is there glitter going everywhere? And I'm like, because I'm pouring it on top. Stop doing that.
Gosh.
I know, it was so silly.
Glitter's tricky.
Yeah. All right.
I think we're both going to have glitter all over today.
I don't know if we're going to be able to see this. Maybe I might have to just hold it.
Just do it. So still, while you're heating that up, still talking about the beard, and Janice made a comment. If you want it to be a little bit, well, okay, so you could use texture paste.
Yeah.
You could put texture paste on it, translucent or white, and then sprinkle it with glitter. You could use Diane's glitter mix, and Diane's glitter mix is part clear rock candy and part diamond dust.
See, this is what I did. Then I started pouring my glitter on.
Oh my gosh.
It flew everywhere, but I'm not going to do that. So this is the technique that I was telling you about. So you overheat basically the frosted crystal, and then you pour the glitter on while it's still hot, but I kept heating as I was pouring glitter, and I just kept doing it. And
you
I'm
finally
like,
figured
what is going on? Okay, so then, oh my gosh, stick it to the paper. All right, guess what I'm going to do this time? I'm going to move it off of the glitter so I don't blow glitter all over you, Kelly.
So what Alicia does, she doesn't add the glitter.
Yeah, she doesn't add the glitter.
She just does the frosted crystal.
Yeah. But I overheated it. You don't want to overheat it because you'll see as you heat it, it kind of gets, you can't see it on camera. It kind of gets bubbly.
It's like those shower doors.
Not crackly,
you can't really,
but yeah.
like little pebbly things.
And then if you keep heating it, it's going to go flat and glossy. And then that's when you want to pour your glitter on.
But if you're doing Alicia's, you don't go that far.
And then
Teresa's, you do.
And then you're just going to heat it again. And then the glitter is just going to like bake into it. I think this is going to be really pretty.
It is. So the Santa beard, you could do, if you want it flat, you could just use the clear rock candy. You could mix it with diamond dust, and then you would have Diane's mix. You could put texture paste on it and kind of, you know, swipe it with a palette knife to make some little like frosting, I guess. And then put it on.
That glitter's on there.
That's nice.
Isn't that pretty? Thanks, guys. Now I have a glittered holly branch that I can use.
Sandy just ordered the clear rock candy and the frosted crystal.
Yay!
Awesome. Lori asked about crackle paste, about it drying. And it does have to air dry. You're absolutely right. It cannot be heat. Everything else I think is okay, but the stuff that cracks, you gotta let it dry, air dry.
Okay, one thing I didn't show is, how are we doing? It's 10:10. We're okay. So we've got these Christmas confections. Oh my God, you guys, they're so cute. And they're like bendy.
Yeah, they're kind of
plasticky. I don't know.
Kind of plasticky. That's a good word.
So
rubbery.
They're kind of fun, but you can glitter these too. And this one I glittered And I just put the matte medium on, or no, I use glossy accents. We have these cute little bottles, and these are, I don't know how much those are.
I think they're $2.99
Yeah,
or something like that.
but we also have the big bottles for $5.99 if you're ready to glossy accents. And I told Maggie I use glossy accents because she's like, what do you use that for? And I said, everything. Anytime it's an adhesive, but it also can look like an epoxy if you put it on a pattern paper that already has a pattern, which is very useful. But if I put on sequins or like this glitter, anything shiny, then I'm going to use the glossy accents because when it dries, it's shiny, as opposed to a regular like collage medium, it's going to be flat if it shows through.
Perfect.
So what I did with this,
so there's a lot of options, really. You know, I think the matte medium is a good option. Or
yes.
What is in here,
I just
Teresa?
have to show my solo cup. So this is a regular solo cup.
Yep.
But at the dollar store they have these.
I've seen those. They're so
oh my
cute.
gosh! And I had to ask the lady. I walked around 3 times, and finally I'm like, okay, they can't be out. And they were by the solo cups. I just didn't see them, but they're so cute. And so I get these. And so what you do is you can just take your glossy accents and put some on there, and you're just going to use your finger to get it on there, and then you just dump it in, and you put your glitter in there and you roll it around
with a fork,
or some item, and then it gets glitterized like that, and it's so
Teresa, I think you made up a new word, glitterized.
Glitterized. It's glitterized. Yeah,
I like glitterized.
So they're cute plain, but look at how cute it is.
That's how you can get glitter over the whole a dimensional item.
Yes, and you can do the candy canes or whatever. But this is another product that he's had for a couple years. He has them at Halloween, black and white, and then he did orange and white. And I resisted, and then this year I bought these. I
do remember you saying that.
I was like, oh, come on.
Beth says the green dill pickle.
It's
what's for Christmas again.
Yeah. You can't buy everything, but I want to, and I don't buy everything, but
just most things.
Eventually I get worn down. Yeah, just most things.
So I didn't really show this up close.
I think that turned out nice.
It did. And it's really kind of thick. Oh, okay. Here we go with the trees.
So we've got 2, actually there's 3. I didn't bring the skinny ones. There's skinny ones, skinny new ones. That's a new size. These are $10.99 for 3. The Woodlands large trees, and then this one is Tree Lot. This is the one I like for $9.99.
You get more sizes
because you get this different sizes, and then I think you get 3 of the other size. And I ruined a display that Maggie had.
This is what just fell over.
I know, that's what fell over. We had it in one of the tins.
That's a good tree too. Yeah, we need to show these to Chris.
Yeah. So I was going to glitter. Now these, we've shown this before, how you spray, and maybe Chris is going to do that, show you how to spray a tree.
Chris is working on a kit that has a tree on it and a little present, and it's real cute.
So these are already sprayed from last year. So what I thought I would show you is how to put some glitter on a tree. Now you can use different things again to do it. You could use your resist spray. It depends on the look that you want. So you could just spray it with your resist spray, and then the glitter would stick lightly on there. Or you could use, if you want like a more clumpy, can you grab that tin down there?
We had an accident.
And here, Chris brought the other trees.
Thanks, tree.
These are
thanks, tree.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is called Alpine. These are a little bit skinnier.
Yeah.
Skinnier trees. You do get different. Oh, there's 4 in there. Because 2 and 2. So you get different sizes. $9.99 as well.
And Tim's trees, in case you're wondering, they are made from natural bristles. So they take the stain. If they're plastic, they might not take.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to take the stain if you have a plastic tree.
Maggie's going to have to put that back together. I told her I was going to do this. So, all right. So I need.
She was forewarned.
Yeah. we were gonna.
So what are we doing?
We're just gonna, if you want
like blobs?
some blobs, you can do that. We'll just put some blobs on there and see.
And this is collage medium, but I think you could use Nouveau glue because it dries clear.
Or you could use glossy accents.
Yeah, so you have options.
Whatever you want.
I'm just curious how you're going to put the glitter on.
Oh,
we spraying?
Are
we doing a glitter duster?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So,
somebody earlier had not seen the glitter duster.
Okay.
So remember the splat box is that nice. I'll let you glitter first.
Something's going on.
It reminds me of a bugle. I don't know why, but maybe because you took it apart.
Probably because I took it apart. Oh, I got some. Seeing it just lightly sprays.
It's really hard to see.
It?
We can kind of see it.
So it's kind of going to look like little snowballs on there. Gloss.
And when it dries, the collage medium will dry clear.
Yeah. There is a opaque kind, right? I don't know if you can get it in the...
there's another type of art glitter dries white. Did you shake it off?
Shook it off. Okay, but here's the other thing that you can do. That's okay. I'm just going to wipe this. So you can just use your finger. Tim's a big proponent of using his finger.
And you're just rubbing it on.
I'm just going to... Ooh, sorry, Kelly. I think I just splattered
I think I'm okay.
The collage medium.
So either do the little kind of ball or little blobs, or just rub it on
the
with
look
your finger.
You want. See, I did some on the front and some on the back.
It is hard to see the glitter when you spray it on the camera, but it's just it's a mist, like a light mist. So like Teresa says, it's not going to be a super thick, clumpy.
Oh, I think I like that better. It just really personal preference. So we'll just have to let that dry and then take a picture of it.
We'll let it dry and then we'll see who likes which side. Teresa, you have a lot going on today, and thank you so much because...
All right. Then, do we have time for one last thing, or should I wrap it? Okay.
It's up to you.
Just tell me this if I need to. Okay, so the other thing is to do the glitter with the alcohol ink.
And somebody asked about that.
Yeah.
So, and Tim did this on his video, like that glitter video, Halloween Hoopla, wasn't it? Which you can find on YouTube.
Yes.
Mary says, yes, we do have time. I love it.
So what you do is you get a cup. You can use the big solo cups. I just like the little ones. And you need some sort of special tool like a popsicle stick.
Don't use your silverware from home.
No, you don't want it because the alcohol ink is going to stain. And you just put your glitter in your cup.
This is the cool part. I'm going to get up here so we can see it.
And then there's the alcohol ink, whatever color. Like I said, we have tons of colors. And you put your alcohol ink in there. This might be a little darker.
How do you know how much?
You just do a couple drops. You can always add more. And I don't know if you can see it. As I'm stirring, it's kind of clumpy. So you just want to kind of get rid of the clumps just to get it spread around. Yeah, this is going to be darker.
It's probably fine because look at these.
Yeah.
That Teresa
This is the same color that I have in the jar, only I put more drops in.
Did you do these too? These are... Yeah. Okay, so here's her red. So she's got red. And these storage jars are available from Tim.
Yeah, you get 6. I might have to buy more.
We ordered a lot.
And
there's a tin that they fit in. So if you wanted to be really organized, you could put your distress...
It's the same one that your embossing glazes fit in.
They used to call it the distress crayon tin, but now I think it's just called the distress tin.
Yeah. And then you want to have a paper towel. And after you get rid of all the clumps, you just pour it out.
Oh my gosh.
Just to let it dry. See, that is darker because I put
Yeah,
more.
that's the same.
It looks the same, yeah.
Very different.
I wanted a lighter color, so I just put one. I was very careful. One little drop here. I wasn't paying attention, and it just squirted in. So you just let it dry, and then you put it in your jar, and you save it. And I've got some colors. I love the red. You know what? I think this red might have diamond dust in it, too. It looks pretty chunky.
It does. I wondered about that.
That has diamond dust in it.
All right, let me get up close. So she mixed her, So she mixed her diamond dust with her, I'm sorry guys, it's a little blurry.
The rock
It's
candy.
kind of hard to get the rock candy and the diamond dust.
But
I'm not going to be able to show it very well.
You can't put the diamond dust in your glitter duster. It
Only
has to be fine glitter that goes in there.
Only fine glitter, or it won't come out.
Yeah, it won't come out. It'll clog it.
Why does this remind me of a bugle, Teresa? I don't know. Maybe it's that little horn piece that comes up.
Yeah.
Or a trumpet or something.
Yeah. It's a cute little, it's a nice
Look at this.
tool. I'm
Look
glad.
at this mess.
Yeah. And my little swifter to
Swifted off onto
Tim
the floor.
had one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need one of those.
Well, and we also have the mini vac. Is it called the mini vac from We Are Memory Keepers? And they just came in. We just got more of those back in. They might. Diana, do you have the mini vac?
The mini
Okay,
vac?
Diana's going to get it for us.
We'll find.
Diane says that looks like her desk.
Oh, my space at home is way worse than this. But things do fall on the floor. Oh, here we go.
Thank you. This is what I have at home.
Glitter mini vac.
And that's
for
from We Are.
$23.99.
It came out maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago. And
I don't have one.
And then
Maybe
you
I
couldn't
need
get
one.
it. It works really well. Really good. If I should have brought mine today, but I'll have to bring it another day because that's a good unique Christmas gift too. Because even if it's good for embossing
Would that
powder.
fit in my stocking?
I think it would fit in your stocking, right in the toe of your stocking.
Right in the toe. I don't have one. Shocking, I know.
Teresa, we have a question from Lori. Can you ink dye eyelets? Can you?
You could. I would use alcohol ink because eyelets are metal and slick, and so the ink isn't going to stay to it. Alcohol ink is made for slick surfaces like glitter, Yupo paper, shiny, slick,
like non-porous.
Transparencies, metal. I've glass.
Yeah. So you can do it, but you need to use like an alcohol
I would
ink.
use an alcohol ink. Yeah, and there is a nice mushroom if you're looking for like a vintagey rustic color. That's the color we always go to for that. But there's lots of colors of alcohol ink. We've got lots in stock.
You can
Just
go out and
check it out, all the colors.
We don't carry every single color because there's just so many of them. Okay, and
I
then
have quite a few.
We have a comment, Frosted Crystal. I think the question is putting it in the glitter duster, and you really don't want to put your Frosted Crystal in there.
No.
This is an embossing powder. It's not glitter.
You want to dump it on. You want your ink to be wet, so you just dump it right on like I did.
For your glitter duster, you really only want to put glitter in there. I think embossing powder would just be kind of messy, don't you, Teresa? And some people have multiple glitter dusters because they put different colors.
I do.
Do you?
I have the gold.
Here's her confession.
What
the platinum?
The platinum. Not gold. I have one with platinum, and
Tim
then I have
has
this one.
a platinum glitter that we also carry.
But if you had a color that you really liked and used a lot, then you
mix it up and put
it right in there.
Like
you could always dump this out and back in, but these are fun little tools to have.
They're just cute.
Yeah,
they're darn cute. I don't know who engineered it, but they did a good
They
job.
were smart, yes. All right, I think that's everything. Unless there's any other questions. We covered the glitter today.
We did.
Good thing Katie's not here.
We covered. Somebody made a comment earlier, and I didn't say anything, but they said something about Katie should be here.
Yeah.
Let's see. When you empty it, put them in a container. Use it on other projects. Oh, they're saying if you empty your We Are Memory Keepers mini vac, like if you did vacuum up glitter, maybe you could put it on other projects, unless you have your dog's hair in it. Is what they said. So I think it picks up a lot. Maybe some stuff you don't want it to pick up. I don't know.
Well,
okay. Thank you for that, Beth. So thanks, Teresa. I really enjoyed this. I think it's kind of neat to see all the different glitter things.
Here on Monday?
Teresa's going to look at our schedule.
Wait, is it me?
It might be Teresa. We don't know. Oh, it's filled with...
Guess what? It's me.
So, Teresa, what are you doing Monday?
Yes.
Is this...
So this is... So I'm going to do a challenge. For those of you that like challenges, I'm doing a challenge in November for gratitude. And I know it seems early, but it's not really.
No, it's only a week.
Today's the 20th? Yeah. And Monday will be the 23rd. Gosh, I should have brought one today. But we had those tag booklets. What are they called?
Yeah, I'm
tag
not sure.
Booklets? Yeah. That have little tags on them, and we're getting more. I don't know that they're in yet.
They're en route.
They're coming.
We need to check the date of arrival on those.
And I'm going to use that to do a stamping tag journal. It's a big word.
So you could do
lots of words. I don't know which order to put them in.
But you could, if you want to do something for gratitude in November, which is always a nice project. You can do it along with Teresa.
I've done the gratitude albums before, and I'm going to do. Or you could do something else, but I'm going to use that and I'm going to stamp. I might use an occasional sticker or something else, but mainly stamping and gratitude. And so I'm going to, I've worked ahead a little bit to show you guys, to give you ideas of what you can do. And we'll talk, and I'll maybe pop up every once in a while and show you how it's going. But there's 21 tags in the thing, so it's not for every day, but
That's
almost every day. 20 or 21. I'm doing one for the cover, and then about 20. So that's about weekdays, 4 weeks in November.
That would be perfect.
And mine had 22 in it. I don't know. It said 21, and I counted.
You had 22?
And I counted again, and there's 22, and I'm
so
like...
you might have 21, you might have 22.
Yeah, you might have 22.
And we'll show you that on Monday.
Yeah.
And we'll have to look it up and see when they're going to arrive.
They're coming.
And then we have one more question before we go about the Elizabeth Crafts You've Got Mail collection, and it's arriving today.
Okay.
They first said yesterday, and I thought that was a miracle because we ordered it on Tuesday, and it comes from Colorado. But it is arriving today, and it's a really great release. So we'll show it on Monday, but it'll be available to purchase as soon as it gets here, and Diane gets it put in the system. So,
awesome.
So everybody, have yourself a wonderful,
happy weekend.
Happy weekends. If you're in the area, stop in and see us. We'd love to have you come visit us, and we will be back on Monday. So we're going to take care of all of this. And then we'll be back Monday. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone.